Really? I wonder why my back is bad. Oh, that is disgusting. Oh. Okay, a little cleanup needed on aisle 3. Well, welcome, YouTube friends and family, to today's edition of the Wellness Homesteader. So, I would be remiss if I didn't share my so cool 1970s footed mug. Thank you, Peggy and Norm. And if you haven't visited their channel, it's crazy for retro. Y'all, if you like mid-century modern, pardon me, anything 50s, 60s, 70s, even some really cool 80s stuff, oh my word, their channel is amazing. So, this morning, I want to apologize in advance. I know I sound bad, but y'all, I sound 3,000% better than I did. I had made a video, let's see, today is Saturday, so I made it Thursday morning, and I continued to kind of crash and burn Thursday and Friday, and I'm definitely feeling much more like myself this morning. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go on. I hope y'all excuse my voice coming and going, but I definitely feel a lot better. And I think I shared this, but y'all, if you are struggling this year with a lot more colds, flus, whatever you want to call them, this has been forecast to be quite the year for respiratory type illnesses. I think one of the things we have to remember is that a lot of the precautions when this V started carried through for a couple years, and those controls, excuse me, my watch thinks I'm saying something to it because I coughed into it. Those controls have relaxed. So in other words, we're not, spaced 6 feet apart in line. We're not required to mask. And I will share with you, I am a big believer in masks. However, has it helped me? That would be negative. So, sometimes I think if you're just going to get it, you're going to get it. And this must be my year for it. But at any rate, I'm feeling much better. So I am drinking my, I think it's called Congestion Ease tea. It's eucalyptus mint, but it's quite tasty. So you may be wondering, what on earth are you doing? Besides getting totally grossed out from what was under your refrigerator. I purchased, and y'all, I have not broken the no spend January. Oh, we get to color in the day this morning. I don't do it till the next morning. So yeah, let me do that. Color in my tracker. Ooh, I might need a new. Nope, don't need a new anything. Might have to go to crayon or colored pencil. All right. So by the time you watch this, we will have completed our first week of, pardon me, no spend January. Excuse me, y'all. So I hope it's going really well for you. But I have purchased over the last few months some things that I wanted to do to perhaps help my organization and storage in the kitchen. Hold on, I apologize. I've got a lozenge now, so maybe I won't keep stopping to cough. But the question for me is really, do I have too much stuff or too small of a kitchen? And I had seriously considered, y'all, knocking this wall out, doing a huge renovation, which would take a chunk of change. As you know, anytime you're doing a total kitchen revamp. And what I decided it was, you know what, my kitchen is really functional, albeit a little bit small. I've taken a room for the pantry, which really helped me out. I'm going to just see what I can do to be more organized and also get rid of some things that I don't need. Okay, I should drink that tea before we go. So what I have purchased, and again, not during the No Spend January challenge, is this Bicaham. I'm terrible with these like Swedish names. It's one of those little slidey McSlide things that you can slide in here. Now what you see back there is a water line that unfortunately is part of the whole system, if you've been on the channel a while, that had a rupture under or within the slab. So I don't have water to my refrigerator. Y'all, I have trouble with that word sometimes, refrigerator. So anyway, when I moved it out, I could not believe I just moved it out in like what, July, when I painted the kitchen, and it was disgusting under there. So I've gotten all that cleaned up. Everything's disinfected with thieves, and I'm going to put this little cart, which was very highly rated. I'm going to go ahead and assemble these casters on there. My thought was, y'all, my Lazy Susan, am I doing this right? Yeah, over here in the corner is so, it's too overloaded. So some of my spices, oils, things like that, I would like to put on this cart that's sitting here. It's on its side, so it's going to look like this with the, what you call it's on it, casters. And maybe I could free up some space. So I'm going to get to assembling. It is 7:07, so still pretty dark outside. I need to let the girly girls out, get them fed and watered, and then we will get on to assembly and my impressions of what was a very highly rated on Amazon space, not space saver, well, maybe a space saver cart was what it was called. For me, it's a space expanding cart. Stay tuned. All right, it's a couple hours later. Y'all, I'm gonna finish up this section of the video, and then it'll just be a second for you. I'm probably gonna pick up videoing tomorrow just because I'm coughing so much, and y'all probably don't want to hear that. But you may notice I've done a couple things. So if you remember, I had these spice tins that are magnetic stuck to the side of my refrigerator. And it was always a problem because I couldn't open this cabinet door very well. But now I can open it completely. Need to clean that out. And what I have done here, let me see if I can tip y'all down. I put together I'm going to call it a space saver because I don't know what else to call it. And y'all, this thing is so nice. I just grabbed a couple jars. It does have a rail so that when you pull it out, it's not going to fall on the floor. And it looks like these are precarious, but because this is metal, I thought, why not stick all my spices here? And then on these, I plan to put like, oh, okay, don't laugh at me. My sweater grabbed the handle here. Okay, let me just throw some things on the floor. Oh, y'all, I just lost the, cover your ears. There we go, I'm sorry. My original thought was I want to put like, y'all see, like my taller oils and sprays and such will fit on the bottom. So you actually have 3 different heights, and I can pull this all the way out without any problem hitting my island back here. It doesn't impede like the freezer door opening. And now, additionally, I purchased these. These are hard to get off, guys. Very nice magnetic shelves. And I've stuck them to the refrigerator. And here's why, y'all. Now, I know I have a whole spice drawer, but I have things I access a lot. Like, for example, this is like beef, chicken broth base, like better than bouillon. So it will fit. I have quite a few of these jars from the Dollar Tree. That will fit. I'm just showing you, this is not organized. This is a wide mouth pint. That will fit. And then this is a half pint, which would fit on the smaller shelves. So this is going to give me a lot of room, both in my Lazy Susan and in my pantry door, where things have kind of gotten stacked, and double stacked. Because y'all, I cook usually twice a day, breakfast and dinner. In my midday meal, I snack for supper. I've just never been a great big late day eater. So you'd think I'd be thin as a rail, but yeah, that hasn't happened. So my original idea was to make chicken piccata with lemon sauce today. And the fact of the matter is, I can't taste very well. I can taste, but not super well. And I don't have the V. It's just a cold. So I don't want to waste the chicken. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I have been eating so much soup, y'all. I love soup. And I like my Southwestern chicken soup I made. It's very good. But I'd like to have a non-spicy soup. Just a very, I hate to say bland, but just a simple soup. So let me turn you around here. Okay. So what I did over here at the crock pot is I took the 2 humongous chicken breasts, which is really more like 4, in my opinion, from Butcher Box. Put those in. I also added 2 bags of mixed vegetables, 1 extra bag of corn. I added a quart of chicken broth, a quart of onion broth, and a quart of homegrown home canned tomatoes. So all my home canned stuff. The veggies were frozen and purchased from the store, but I bought them in advance thinking, I know how much I like soup. I like vegetable soup. I like vegetarian vegetable soup even, but since the chicken was thawed out, I decided to go ahead and put it in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat this, obviously, but I'm going to can up the remainder tomorrow, and I will bring you back just to kind of show you what I ended up with. I'm not going to do a canning video necessarily, and we're going to get into a couple other things. Y'all, I apologize. It's not like I'm dying or something. I just am shocked that I've been sick this many times. I haven't had this many colds in 10 or 15 years combined. So I am going to attend to myself, attend to my health, keep taking my ImmuPro, keep taking my elderberry syrup. I think I feel better today. Straight up, I attribute it. I took the elderberry syrup every 2 hours yesterday. So at any rate, it will just be a moment for you, but I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, welcome back, day 2 of this video. I still sound a little bit rough, but I really wanted to bring you some thoughts about the first week of No Spin January. So please excuse the way I look. Y'all don't tell me I'm pale and I have dark circles, because yeah, my mirror works too, right? But it is important to me because I value you all, to bring you quality content. I just had to cut it off yesterday because I continued to do takes and retakes, etc., etc. So finally, Y'all, I'm kind of ashamed to admit it. Finally had to break down and take some over-the-counter cough syrup because I just couldn't stand coughing anymore. So, yeah, we're better today. So, how did your first week of the Pantry Challenge, or shall we say No Spend January, however you're approaching it, how did it go for you? I want to tell you a little something I observed. So, today is Sunday. You won't be watching this until Tuesday. And I pay mine and my mother's bills early on Sunday morning. Just anything I've gotten through the week gets paid. That's how I've done it for a long time. I am a creature of habit. And I was I also let me just share this. I have an Amazon credit card and then a personal credit card, because if you're going to buy things online, sometimes you need a credit card, right? Or if you're going to travel. So my credit card balance this morning was 0. It was so nice to not have to pay that. And my Amazon balance, which I would have paid off by the end of the year, but it hadn't. There was some delays in shipment because of the holiday. Anyway, it's all paid off. And it's when you start to reap the rewards of what you're doing, I think is when the challenge really pays off. So I just want to share a little bit what I've been doing this week to utilize what is on my short and long-term pantry shelves. What's the matter, Fake? Is you need drinkies? All right, let me get the cat a drink because he's going to sit here and look at me with those big puppy dog eyes till I get him a drink. And then let's go over some of the things I was able to utilize from my long-term pantry that needed to be used up this week. Okay, the cat is hydrated. Y'all, I am such an enabler, but Frankie just is not happy unless he has fresh running water periodically through the day. So I color in the day if I've had a successful no spend day. So some of the lessons that I did learn this week, I've unsubscribed from so many emails that I get, and it's interesting. You unsubscribe 5 times in a week because they just keep sending them. So I know sometimes they have them already set to go, but it's hard to get off those. So I am trying to unsubscribe just to clean out the volume of email I get on a daily basis. Excuse me. I've also noticed that, and I don't know if y'all have noticed this, there are so many more ads than there's ever been on Facebook and Instagram. So I'm spending a lot less time on social media because it's ad after ad after ad, and I don't need to be tempted. That's right, Frankie. He's watching me. So, I think those two things were really helpful for me. It probably also helped that I was not feeling well. So I didn't really feel like shopping, or breaking my nose in January. I said, be quiet. Y'all want cat? He's really cute. I just gave you drinks. You can be quiet for a minute. He's just looking at me with them big kitty blue eyes. So let's switch track a little bit and let's talk about how the pantry challenge is going. So one of the things I wanted to do is really get any fresh things that were nearing end of use out of my fridge, and I was successful at doing that. But also I'm working through my longer term pantry to get rid of, and I should say get rid of, to utilize items that are older and that are nearing the end of their freshness. That's a better way to say it. So I just wanted to share with you, and y'all, I didn't film all these meals. I kind of wish I had of, but I didn't. It might be too much anyway. I was just watching Jessica over at Three Rivers Homestead. This is her challenge, is my understanding, and she does such a good job. She has 8 children. Yeah, I said EIGHT 8. And she does such a good job utilizing every bit of everything. Like, I so admire her. I don't waste a tremendous amount of food, but I do sometimes have food waste. I said, be quiet. All right. So, one of the items that I did make was my mother's tuna bean and cheese casserole. So, if you remember, I had expired past the best by date of green beans. I also have a lot of tuna. You drain your green beans, you drain your tuna, and then you just add cheese to it. And I had a package of Velveeta that I had purchased at the Dollar Tree that needed to be used. You just heat that all together, and it's actually quite good. You eat it on toast, and I know that sounds gross, but it was really good. So that kind of took care of a couple things that were past their prime. I have a huge batch of vegetable soup that I made yesterday that I will be canning, but I actually have an appointment this morning that I don't feel like going to. But anyway, um, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to can up the rest of that vegetable soup. My son made me homemade smoked cheese, and so I'm like cheese rich right now. So I had a couple days where I used my homemade bread and some of the cheese that I had on hand for some grilled smoked cheese. It was so good. I had some chicken tenders, like convenience food, that I put in the air fryer. That was a great use for that. One day I did do my salmon patties, and that actually fed me for like 3 days. And it was a good use of an item that was also nearing its best by date. And then, kind of my final thing that I did yesterday that I wanted to share with you um, are my brownies. So let me say this: I track what my girls lay every day because I want to know. Pardon me. If anybody's sick, if anybody's egg bound, if anybody has a problem, right? That's just how I am. And my girls' eggs, aside, Fancy Ray and Jolene lay the same type of egg, um, but I'm out there enough. I usually know which one laid it. And if I don't, whoever laid last doesn't get credit for it. So, anyway, I got 13 eggs the first week of January out of 4 hens. So, almost 2 eggs a day. I think that's pretty darn good. But since I have less fresh eggs, this might not have been the best recipe, but if you remember where we made our brownies in a jar, and this came from the homesteading family, it takes 4 eggs, a cup of oil, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And literally, guys, and I'm a bit of a brownie snob, these brownies are some of the best that I ever had. They're cake-like, but chewy, but fudgy. And I'm not a huge chocolate fan. They're just right for me. But I wanted to share this with you. I have enough applesauce, and if you see, this was done in 2021 for the universe. Because my mom, literally, I couldn't make it fast enough because she was eating it for a couple meals, with meals, a couple times a day. And then she's just like, I'm over it. Don't want any more applesauce. And I'm like, oh no. And it's not that I dislike applesauce, but I mean, really, how much applesauce can one person eat? Me, meaning me. But applesauce is a great substitute and a great money saver because you can use it to replace oil in a recipe. I've also heard that you can use it to replace eggs. Now, I would not think that you could replace the eggs in the oil, and I don't know what the conversion is on the eggs, so don't quote me on that. I know also some people use chia seeds, but I have plenty of freeze-dried eggs. I'm not really so much concerned about the eggs, but I found a use for the applesauce, and this was made with no table sugar, with maple syrup. And let me tell you all, these brownies are the bomb. They are absolutely so good. Don't laugh at the way I cut them. And so fudgy and so perfect. So I think week 1 of the pantry challenge for me was a success. My sprouts that I started in a video are coming along. Actually, my beet sprouts have sprouted, so they definitely took longer. I'm still rinsing twice a day. And let me just grab one for you. All right, here's the beet sprouts. So you can see, pardon me, not nearly as many. I don't even know if those are going to be edible. But look at our pea sprouts. These are pretty much all sprouted and really close to being ready to eat. So I will say, I think I'm going to try going back to the tray version because I think, pardon me, that the sprouting consistency was a little more even in the tray, and you could see more easily when they're ready. These are all kind of piled on top of one another. So I'm not sure I'm going to like the jar method as well, but it certainly has worked. So I will be able to have some fresh sprout nutrition next week, which I'm really excited about. And I have not, y'all, I have not planned meals for next week. Actually, this week. I'm having leftover veg soup today, but I do think planning the meals really helps, and picking 1 or 2 things from your pantry that you want to incorporate and use up. And I was just watching Jessica's first week, and she did an amazing job. Like, I mean, I know she's feeding 10 people. Well, I guess the baby's only like 3 weeks old. So, okay, let's say 9 people, but still, that's a lot of people to feed. And nothing goes to waste. So, I hope, yeah, she will have no clue who I am, but go over, yeah, and give her channel a like, and tell her Kym from the Wellness Homesteader sent you. She's a lovely Christian lady, and I think you would enjoy her as well. So this week, I am going to get feeling better, and I do have some different content coming up, guys. I wanted to do first the chicken piccata, which I told you about and didn't fill up to it. And I also have some Bath and Body products that we all need that I was going to make. And I don't do that when I'm sick for fear of getting germs in something. So I'm quite sure now I'm past the point of contagion. So yeah, we'll be doing some fun stuff this week. And it's things that you can make at home with ingredients you probably have on hand. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. I hope today's video you've enjoyed. I wanted to share. Let me get off the stool. Y'all, I love this. Let me bring you over a little bit. So every day I was playing Jenga in this cupboard, which I've now cleaned out, right? And this is like my, oops, my, I have so many sprinkles. I found like, I'm not kidding you guys, I found like 8 dozen packages of the like cupcake papers or muffin papers because I kept buying them thinking I didn't have them. That's one of the reasons I need to clean out everything, because I was able to put some of that in my long-term pantry, and now I know I don't need it. Anyway, I love having this. The I'm going to have to scoot you back and tip you down. This cart, what I've been doing is putting the things I use most often in the front. This is a puzzle to me. The Pampered Chef pump up oil thing, the bottom is kind of rounded, so it has a tendency to bobble all over the place. But I've really enjoyed having some of my seasoning mixes there, all of my spices right here that I can use up, oils on the bottom. Guys, this was a great idea. What I will say is the eggs are a disaster waiting to happen. And I know that. So I need to do some rearranging, but haven't quite gotten there yet. So drop me a comment below. How did the first week of the Pantry challenge go for you. Any tips you want to share? And you all have the best tips. I wanted to say this. I've been trying to pin comments of really good ideas, guys, so that we all see them. I don't expect you to go read everybody's comment, but anyway, thank you for your input. I will see you all again on Thursday. Hopefully, I will not sound like this anymore. Hopefully, I will not look like this anymore. And y'all, yes, my hair is wet again. You probably think that's all I do is go around with wet hair, but hey, whatever. Yeah, that's right. Frankie's having a meltdown. Like, get off the video, my mom, because I want to have a drinks. You want to say hi to the peoples? Frankie's. Come on, let's say hi to the video peoples. You want to say hi to the YouTubers? They love you, Frankie. Come on, let's say hi. Say hello. Want to say hello? That's not hello. Say hello. Guys, he can say hello when he wants to. Hey, Frankie, say hello, people. Okay, that wasn't hello. All right. I will see you again on Thursday. Don't forget to smash the like button and leave a comment. Share my video. Welcome all newbies. And until I see you again, be healthy, be well, be blessed. Take care.